Right next to me is the most affordable brand new Honda CRV that you can buy. This is the 2026 Honda CRV 1.5T LX, which is the base model of the new 26 CRV. Now, just because this vehicle is brand new and it's affordable for that $30,000 price tag, does that actually make it worth it? And should you go and spend your money on this or not? In this video, I'll be taking you through everything about this vehicle, and let's answer that question together. Is it worth it? Now, what are the trims and the price ranges of the 2026 Honda CRV? Well, they start at $31,000 and go up to $36,000 for the highest trim. And the trims are LX, EX, and EXL. Now, what I have here is the base LX trim, also with two-wheel drive. So for the CRVs, you can get them in front-wheel drive or you can get them in all-wheel drive for all three trims. And it's an additional 1.5K added on top of that for the all-wheel drive. So it's pretty cool. If you don't want it, you can spend less money, but if you want it, it's an additional 1.5K. So that comes out to be an MSRP of $30,920. Now this one does have an additional $455 premium white paint. It's the platinum white, which, why is white paint an additional $455? Kind of odd, but that's the way it is. And then after dealer and destination fee, comes out to be $32,770. Thank you to Executive Honda for allowing me to use this vehicle for the day. Their information will be linked down in the description below. Let's dive right into it and start off with the front, because the front sets the standard for this whole entire vehicle. You have LED headlights, LED daytime running lights, and yes, LED turn signals all up front here in a base model $30,000 vehicle. So the daytime running lights and turn signals are in this kind of amberish color up top, and then the normal headlights are right below it. It's separated, but it's still close by. It makes it look pretty good. You have the Honda logo right front and center, and that's not just a plastic piece. Behind that is actually your adaptive cruise control electronics. So you don't want to damage this front bumper here because that might ruin a lot of the adaptive cruise control. So much airflow for that engine. I can stick my hand in up top here below, even down there. It's so much airflow. You have your license plate holder. And I thought at first this was like fake. This wasn't real over the side, but this is airflow. So what this does is takes air through the side of the vehicle and comes out the back by this wheel well to improve the aerodynamics. Under the hood, this CRV is powered by a 1.5 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine that is producing 190 horsepower and 179 foot-pounds of torque. Now this is all going through a CVT transmission, and all that power is going to both front wheels because this is front wheel drive. But if you want to pay the extra 1.5K more, you can get it in all wheel drive, which I like how they give you the option. And normally I don't talk about it, but I've been seeing comments. This is a hydraulically lifted hood. Now most vehicles in this price range and base vehicles will have prop rods. But I like about this, it's just pretty simple. So if you just hit the gym and your arms are pretty weak and you need to access the hood, you just hit the little lever, prop it up a tiny bit of the way, and it does the rest of the work. And this engine's fuel economy is 28 in the city, 33 in the highway for an average of 30 miles to the gallon. Now there is no roof rails and or sunroof on top of the vehicle here. It is just completely bare. Now these mirrors on the side do not have blind spot monitoring built into them, which is the one thing this vehicle doesn't have. I know it's a base model, but a lot of other base model vehicles have blind spot monitoring on the side, something they don't include. But you do have turn signals built on the side of the mirror so people know you're turning. And these are 17-inch steel wheels with hubcaps. Yeah, these are plastic hubcaps up top here, but at least it looks pretty decent from a distance. And then you have black plastic cladding up here. Gets dirty, easily wash it away. Now the key fob of this vehicle is as basic as it gets. You got the Honda logo on the back there, this tiny little plastic key fob. You got lock, unlock, typical type of stuff that every key fob has. And this, you would expect that to be an automatic trunk. Nope. That just unlocks the trunk. So then you can come back over on the side here. You manually have to lift it up. It does have hydraulics, so it lifts up like, you know, you lift it up a little bit and does the rest of the way, but that is not automatic. And then down here, you have a panic button. Now open up the rear door, and I'm kind of shocked because yes, it is plastic pretty much everywhere in here, But the attention to detail is what blows me away, is because you have this cool little plastic trim piece that is like textured and made to look gloss, kind of black plastic stands out. This other textured plastic piece here, and even below, there's more design elements with this little piece right here, this CRV logo, and the speaker grille. It just stands out. You wouldn't really know it's a base vehicle. Now you have a little cup holder right here, little snack holder as well, and this is where this door takes the cake, is because you have a leather trim piece or leather type material trim piece here. It's not the most squishy, but it's definitely better than just straight hard plastic that a lot of other base model vehicles have. Hopping in the rear seat and you're greeted with cloth. And I'm gonna be totally honest, it's a little squishy, but not really that squishy. It's a little bit hard. So it doesn't sink you down, but it's a seat. It does its job. And the legroom is absolutely phenomenal. Now this is set to my driving position. I'm 5'8", not the tallest. I got a good amount of legroom and decent, 3 inches more of headroom. So a 6-foot tall person can probably just fit in here. They might have to lean forward a little bit. And now how is the middle seat here? So it definitely raises you a little bit and you have a little hump, but really not bad whatsoever. You do not have to man spread in this vehicle like other cars I've been in. Headroom in the middle seat is a lot less because you're raised up. So you got maybe about an inch. So a 6-foot tall person is gonna be pretty cramped sitting in the middle seat, but it's really not bad if you're a little bit shorter. You have a light up here. You have 2 vents. This would be on the higher trims where USB-C ports would be, but it's not here on the base trim. Then if you have no middle seat passenger, you can pull this down and you have a cup holder armrest. And I love it. It's super squishy. 2 cup holder slots there. And an added bonus with these seats is they recline a lot. I did not expect that. So there's this little tab back here. You pull that, you could push these forward and have them clicked in the forward position. Don't know why you'd want that, but you could bring this pretty much far back so I can completely lay in here and take a nap. Open up the front door and you're greeted to a little bit nicer materials than the rear door, where you had all hard touch plastic in the rear door. Well, you have soft touch plastic up top here. So that's very nice to rest your arm on. Then down here, again, same hard touch plastic like the rear is. You have some more storage, deeper storage pocket than the rear seats. CRV logo, speaker grille, that same design element. They carried that through. The same design plastic piece here from the rear. It's very nice how all 4 doors have that design. Makes it stand out and it does not look like a base model vehicle whatsoever. You have that same leatherette type trim piece here. And again, I wish it was a little bit squishy, but that's better than just straight plastic there. 4 window controls, one is 1 touch down, 1 touch up for the driver. The other ones you have to hold down and hold up. Then mirror controls and lock and unlock. Both the front seats are cloth, manually operated, and bucket seats that hold you into place very well. They hold your back into place and hold your booty into place there. It lifts up, secures you nice. Again, it's not the most squishy. It has more of a harder feel to it, but it definitely is comfortable when you sit in there. Now, the controls here are not power. Like I said, it's manual. So this is for the up and down. That's for the tilt, and that's for the forward and back. This little lever right there, and same with the passenger. Turn the vehicle on with a push to start, and you are greeted to a half digital, half analog gauge cluster. This side is all a screen here, and this side is analog. So you still have your analog miles per hour, but you have a digital miles per hour in the center here, as well as a digital RPMs gauge that can be changed to a lot of things, that little center screen there. So on the steering wheel here, there's this home button. Hit that, and now you could scroll through with this wheel, all this different setting stuff. So you have range and fuel, speed and time, audio. It'll display exactly what audio you're listening to. So if I turn that down, it'll display, hey, the radio station. Then scroll the phone, so that driver attention, which I think the coolest setting is the seatbelt setting. So that'll show who's buckled or not. So right now I'm not buckled, and if I go buckle myself, it'll show a little green mark. So this is extremely helpful if you have kids in the back and you're driving on the highway and they start to unbuckle themselves, but you don't know because you're just driving normally. Well, you can pull up the screen and see if they unbuckle. Then if they do, go and yell at them. But it's pretty cool how you can see maintenance, safety support, and if you just want nothing, you could literally just have nothing like it was before. The steering wheel in this vehicle is not a leatherette or leather trimmed. It is a plastic steering wheel. It does have a little bit of softness to it, not a lot, but it's still comfortable to hold in the hand and it's textured. Now, these buttons on the side, that's to go left and right in the music, volume up and down. Those 2 buttons I showed you control that screen over on the side, voice commands, And then over here, you have some safety settings. So this vehicle actually does have adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist, which is wild that it doesn't have blind spot monitoring. But yes, if you set this vehicle to 60 miles an hour and adaptive cruise control, what it will do is cruise you at 60. And if a vehicle cuts in front of you, your vehicle will automatically start to slow down. If that vehicle goes back on the side, your vehicle will start to speed up. So it adapts to the other vehicles in front of you. And with the lane keep assist here, what that will do is keep you in the lane. So it detects both exits of the lane, like both, outer bits, and it'll keep you centered and actually try to guide the wheel into the center of the lane. So if you have that on and you're driving, you could see it kind of auto turns it. But what's cool is you could turn that off if you don't want to. And even through this setting here, go to safety support in this screen. And now through here, this is where you can turn them off completely. So you don't want road departure mitigation, hey, just turn that off. Or if you don't want front collision mitigation braking, you can turn that off as well. I forgot, this does have that. So when you're coming close to another vehicle up front, it'll start beeping and warning and automatically brake you if you're getting close to someone. But hey, again, you could turn that off if you don't want it. And you do have a backup camera with moving trajectory lines. Now, it's not the clearest camera, but it really definitely gets the job done. You're able to see cars behind you. You have different views if you want as well. And then I'm pretty sure that's a brightness mode. Yeah, you can set the brightness. Now coming over to the touchscreen of this vehicle, this is what's new for 2026. So the base model gets a 7-inch color touchscreen with wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay. Yes, you can hook up wire if you want, but you could do it over Bluetooth wireless in a base model vehicle. That's pretty cool. And you have this new layout here with your music over there, your phone, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and then some general settings. You can scroll through and adjust the sound, the rear camera, and different things. But you still have physical buttons here. So if you want to quickly get back to home, do that. If you want to hook up your phone through Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, you can hit that, and that's your volume rocker. I like how they still kept physical buttons, because a lot of people like me, we like to use that. We don't want to go through the touchscreen and change a bunch of things. And speaking about physical controls, you still have physical AC controls. Yes, Honda, we absolutely love that. And they're super clicky. You can probably hear them. It's super nice. You can go, that's for the fan speed, this is for the temperature controls, and this is to change the different modes. So the air below, in front, or up top there. Now it is only one zone climate control, so it's one zone for the whole entire vehicle, not dual zone like other vehicles are. On the higher trims it is, you do have to step up for that. Now what's, again, new for the 26 base model is a wireless charging pad. Now, I have my case on, but if it was off, you put it there and you can charge your phone completely wirelessly and while hooked up to Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. So that's actually very nice. Now it's going to blow up my phone because my case. So you have 2 USB Type-C ports down there, a 12-volt cigarette outlet port, so you can still charge your phone with the wire if you want to. Now, down here, you have a drive mode selector. This will go from normal, eco, or snow to change the modes. And what I learned is, I'm going to do it real quick, sorry for the audio. If you turn up the AC to max the fan speed, you can actually go eco and it turns down the fan speed just a little bit. The eco mode is not just eco for the engine like I thought it was. It does turn down the AC control just a little bit to make it more eco-friendly so you save on gas. Now you have auto start stop, your hill descent control, parking brake there, you can put it up, and a brake hold. Now this gear lever is pretty nice. Pretty comfortable to hold in the hand. You have reverse, neutral, drive, a sport mode, as well as a low mode if you want to go into it. Pretty nice again for a base model vehicle. Some other base models just drive, and that's really it. They don't have a sport or low mode. 2 cup holders right there, little spot to put extra stuff, and a leather trimmed armrest, which I was resting my arm on this whole time. It's super comfortable. Open it up and you have a deep amount of storage. I can put my camera bag in there, my water bottle, my phone. You store a lot of stuff and shut it. And one thing I do want to talk about that most people don't even think about is the sunglass holder. This vehicle still has it. In a lot of newer vehicles, I'm learning they're taking out the sunglass holder, just eliminating them and not telling anyone. But good on Honda for keeping that. The rear of the base Honda HR-V is pretty simple compared to the front. You have this little black spoiler in the back. It's not body color paint, it's like a black plastic here, so I think it stands out. Other people will be like, oh, I want that to be body color paint. I like the two-tone in it. You have the Honda badge right front and center in there. Below here, you have CRV badge, and nothing on this side, so no one's gonna know it's a base model, nothing, just no badging. You do have LED taillights in the back, but you have halogen turn signals. So in the front, it's all LED tail or turn signals and LED headlights. In the rear, it's just the taillights are LED and the turn signals are halogen. Opening up the rear trunk is very easy. There's a button underneath the Honda logo. Just hit that and the hydraulics does most of the work. Now the storage in here is incredible. You have little extra storage on this side to hide little secret things and over there. And what most reviewers don't do, and what I like to do, is fit inside the trunk to see if it could fit a 5'8" mat. And let me tell you, it fits one and even two of me in the back. There is so much storage. You can just lay in the back and camp out. And speaking of laying in the back, if you want even more storage, you can pull these levers and push those rear seats down and do it on this side as well. And now you have even more storage to put a cabinet and other things if you want. But I will say it's not even near a flat like kind of space here, because look at that hump, that, you know, the curve. So if you're throwing a cabinet or something in here, it's going to be a little tilted. And if you even want to camp out in the back of your CRV, it might not be a pleasant experience because you're going to have a hump here, and that's not comfortable. But there's a few more things that I do like. You have little grocery bag hangers on that side and that side. So if you want to put bags, totally fine. A little 12-volt outlet port to charge a phone. And then open this up and you do have a spare tire. So not a fix-a-flat kit, a full-on spare tire. And I like you can put that little thing down more and get even more space here. Now, taking out the 2026 Honda CRV base out on the road, how does this vehicle feel? Well, first off, I'm gonna be honest, it is a bubbly suspension ride. You get thrown around left and right. There's a lot of body roll in this, but that's just the way it is. It's softer suspension, not hard like, you know, other lower sports vehicles. It's higher up, you have bubblier suspension, and the seat does a pretty good job holding you into place very well. 0 to 60 time is in the 8-second range, so it's nothing super fast, but you step on it, like do it, you definitely get kicked back and you go. It's pretty good for getting up to highway speeds, but again, it's not a race car, so you're not gonna be racing this vehicle whatsoever, but that's not what you're buying this car for. The one thing that did shock me is there's not a lot of road noise. You know, you do hear the road noise, but it's not crazy. I would expect a vehicle like this to be road noise heavy, and you hear a lot. Not really. And especially if you want to turn the AC on or the radio up, you're not going to hear road noise whatsoever in this vehicle. It's pretty nice. Potholes, though, you do feel them. I just hit one right there, and I hit another one right there. You do feel it. Again, you glide over a pothole for a minute, and you go on your way, so it's not bad, but that's something you do got to watch out. You're gonna hit them, and you're gonna feel them. Now, overall, what do I think about this vehicle? I really like it. I think you get what you pay for that $30,000 price tag. Now, the exterior is definitely something that I talked about in the beginning, but I want to talk about again, is because that is gorgeous for a base model vehicle. You have the full LED headlights up front. It's angry, it's aggressive. The rear's nice. The same tier, the same price point, you can get a Nissan Rogue. And the Nissan Rogue to me is kind of lacking in those like looks per se. This does not look, you know, affordable. This looks higher end to me, and it's just nice. But now coming into the inside, you have that touchscreen with wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay, the wireless charging pad, all those safety features with the adaptive cruise control, the lane keep assist, but you do not have the side alert here, which is weird. I don't know why you don't have blind spot monitoring in this vehicle. I feel like that's an extra little thing they should have added. The rear seats are super comfortable as well. Again, it's that same material as these front seats, so it's, again, a little bit rough, but really nice. You could fully recline those back. You have the middle cup holder armrest there. You have your own AC vents in the back there. Enough headroom and legroom for most people, 6-foot tall people. And then if you want to put a ton of stuff in the trunk, you can do that. There's so much space in that trunk for you to fit other things, cargo, luggage, and then push those rear seats down and you have even more space. This is a really nice vehicle for that $30,000 price point, and you get 30 miles to the gallon. You get a very efficient engine. It's just a chill ride. It really is. And this is a good vehicle. But the real question is, what do you think about this vehicle? Do you like it or do you absolutely hate it? And do you think it's worth the $31,000 price tag that it is or not? Be totally honest. Let me know in the comments below. And please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to keep updated with more content. And a huge thank you to Executive Honda in Wallingford, Connecticut for allowing me to use this vehicle for the day. Their information will be linked down in the description below.